everyone, welcome to Showcase. My name is Andrew, and today we're going to go over 10 decor mistakes that you are probably making. If you're making some of these decor mistakes, don't even worry about it. That's why you have some random guy on the internet like me telling you how to fix it. But without further ado, let's get started with decor mistake number 1, and that is reclining chairs or chairs with cup holders. What are you trying to do in your house? Are you trying to build an AMC movie theater or something like that? Because that's what it looks like. I mean, if you really are building a movie theater, then fine, have some cup holders. But I think we could do so much better because, let me tell you this. You can argue that it's comfortable, sure. But in the end of the day, comfort is not the only thing that we think about when we are designing things, decorating things, or wearing clothing. For example, if you wear a suit or if you wear high heels, are they comfortable? No, but they look damn good, so we put them on anyway. And that's kind of what we want to do with decor. Now, you don't want to be absolutely uncomfortable because you live there, you spend most of your time here. But we don't also have to go and say, we're going to throw looks completely out the window and have something that is just specifically for comfort. Do you really want to have your living room look like you jacked the back row out of a BMW and put it smack dab in the middle of your living room? I don't think so. So here's some better options. I used to be so against recliners until I realized that there's actually some pretty stylish recliners out there. And if you look hard enough, you'll find some chairs that look like a normal chair. And then you just sit back and you realize like, oh shit, they recline. But hey, you don't need cup holders. I mean, you could have an end table. You can just lean over and put your cup there. I mean, come on, you know what I mean? Oh, but Andrew, I need my cup holders. You know, if I'm gonna lean back, I need what do you want, a table tray too? You're acting like you're in the middle of an airport, like you're sitting first class or something. Like, be a grown up, go bend over, get your coffee, or whatever drink of choice that you have. Now, if that's really that important to you, maybe get like some type of portable lap tray or something, where if you really wanna lean back, you can have your meals there and stuff like that. But I don't know. I totally get it that you want to be comfortable, but some solutions are maybe have a nice sectional with some deep seating where you could still extend your legs out, you could still lean back, have a nice head pillow that you could put behind your head. I don't think that anytime I've looked at a furniture magazine, I've seen a recliner with cup holders in it. So if we can agree on that, we can go to our next tip, which is shiny gold furniture and figurines. When you go on Home Goods, you're gonna see these tables that are like shiny and gold, or these end tables that have the shiny gold with the marble. And let's face it, you're not really fooling anybody. Like, it doesn't look like real gold. Honestly, this is something that I'll still see when I'm browsing the shelves of Home Goods that I like really don't understand. I'm just looking at it and I'm like, who's buying this? Anyways, if gold is your preferred metal of choice, there are some other options that are really great for you. I really recommend antique brass. I think it's absolutely stunning. You can get a bunch of stuff like that that's very affordable on Amazon. You can change your hardware out. I think that looks really nice in your home. Or even if you want gold figurines, just make them like a brass, something that's made out of natural material that'll age well over time. And it looks like you actually put some thought into it and not went on aisle 3 at Home Goods and just pick something off the shelf and put it into your house. Now, this next one is gonna hurt a lot of feelings, and I know it, but please stop decorating with any kind of barnyard furniture or modern farmhouse furniture. Now, I don't know why all these decor items from Hobby Lobby has like people in a chokehold, but I just don't see the hype behind it. Like, do you really need a photograph of a buffalo on your wall or like some rusty wooden wheel spokes on your wall? I just don't get it. Now listen, if you actually live in the countryside, you know, and that's the lifestyle that you live, I don't even listen to what I'm about to say, because I do think that that's part of the lifestyle that you live, and that's cool. But if you live in the middle of a brand new construction build and for no reason you've got barnyard furniture in your home, please, please, please take it out. It doesn't look good. It'll never look good. It has never looked good. And you might be thinking like, Andrew, what about the sign that says eat above my dining table? I would have never remembered to eat my lunch if I didn't see that sign that says eat. I need a sign to tell me how I feel. No, we don't need that. Let's go ahead and just be a little bit more personal with your decor. Let's not just go to Hobby Lobby and think, because here's the thing, you think you're saving money. You see these little knickknacks. You're like, oh my God, this decor piece is only $10 and there's 50% off, and this is 50%. We're accumulating junk, you know, and it's gonna quickly date your home, and it already has dated our homes. Anyways, if you get anything from this video, just don't decorate with anything farmhouse. The next decor mistake is poor placement for your curtains. Whether that be that the curtains are hung too short or right above your window, or the curtains that are just too short and there's a big gap between the floor. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but if you've ever seen the movie Undercover Brother, there's a scene where he's, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm just going off of memory, but he's going in with his gun, you know, he's walking through and he sees some shoes under the curtains, And he's like, aha! And he moves the curtains and there's nobody there, but they did fool him because they put some shoes there. Yeah, you shouldn't be able to fit shoes under your curtains. Your curtains should actually kiss the floor. I think that's the best way for you to get that maximum volume and have a luxurious look in your home. The other thing when you're hanging curtains is you don't want to have them directly right above where the window ends. You actually want to have it pretty high up to the ceiling. I say go to the ceiling and subtract 2 inches. If you have a very high ceiling and your windows there's a big gap, maybe just meet it somewhere in the middle. But the point is, don't be right above your curtains. You want to leave a nice space. This is going to make your ceilings look taller, especially with spaces that are a little bit vertically challenged. So if you got like 8-foot ceilings or anything like that, you should definitely be putting your curtains up pretty high, because that's going to make your ceiling look taller and more luxurious. A quick interruption, and thank you for watching this far in the video. I do just want to let you know that I'm not yet monetized on YouTube, and it would really mean a lot to me, and it would really help me get there if you could just like and subscribe to this video. Now with the rest of the video. Thank you. The next design mistake is ugly TV consoles, especially the ones that are like ultra futuristic and look like a transformer, where you got the metal legs and the LED lights and the glass. I don't know who the hell came up with these designs. I don't know if they still sell them, but if they do, please stay away from them. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying anything that looks like slightly futuristic or modern is bad. There's definitely some nice, sleek, futuristic options. However, you know, what I'm talking about is, I don't know if you've ever seen Power Rangers, but when they bring what's that guy called? You know, when they all get together and they all combine and become like this big monster. That's what I'm picturing when I see, you know, these TV consoles that got all these layers and lights and legs and prongs. You don't need that. Let's pick something made out of wood or something. You got some little cubes from IKEA and you built a nice shelf with some LED light strips. That looks totally cool. But definitely don't get the iRobot collectible TV set. The next decor thing, or I would say more interior design mistake that really drives me nuts, is going to be when people are doing any type of epoxy work over the flooring that's meant to look like some type of marble or whatever it is. This is the biggest abomination I've ever seen when it comes to designing a space. Like, I can't even tell you, like, who's doing this stuff. And I see sometimes online, you know, you see a whole mansion is like epoxy from head to toe. Man, this looks terrible. Why shouldn't you do it? It's so reflective, like it's so shiny and looks obviously fake. It does not look like marble. Even if you have somebody, you know, do the marble silly string, either go for the real deal, which obviously we're not going for because that's probably why you're resorting to epoxy in the first place, or go for something that looks tasteful and has been proven to look nice and is within your budget. You can go with vinyl plank flooring. You can go with engineered hardwood. You can go with regular hardwood, but definitely don't go with that super ultra shiny epoxy floor. Now you know, and I'm glad you caught this video before you even thought about doing that. Also, is it not slippery? Be like those cartoons, you know, when the legs like walk a bunch of times before they actually take off, like Scooby-Doo or something? That's what I feel like. It looks so slippery and shiny. I don't even know how you can get around your house doing that. Another actually good alternative to that too is sometimes there's cement underneath your floor, and if you refinish it and have it look slightly, not shiny, but just a little gloss to it, actually looks really badass. Looks nice, industrial, and it's pretty timeless. And I believe it's pretty affordable too, actually. Yeah, lots of great alternatives, but I don't recommend the slip and slide flooring. The next design tip, and unfortunately I see it comboed a lot with the epoxy flooring, is ultra white, ultra bright blue lights in your home. This looks like you're living inside of a Kaiser Permanente, because let me tell you, this is no way to live your life. I mean, you're gonna be stressed out 24/7. You know, I just imagine I'm just sitting there and I'm just hearing, clear, clear, because that's all I'm picturing. I'm in a hospital. I can't even relax, can't even sit down. Get some mood lighting, you know, don't go for 6,000 Kelvin lighting. There's something called task lighting, and that's typically gonna be in the form of maybe like an overhead desk lamp. It's not gonna light up a big space, but it's gonna light up what you need to be looking at, like a book or a piece of paper or something like that. Then we get into just your standard base lighting, which is gonna be all around your house. That you should probably stick around the 3,500 to 4,000 Kelvin range. It's warm, it's not too warm, and then it's also not too bright. It's just kind of right in the middle. And then you want to have what we call the mood lighting. And that lighting is really where you want to be at, like the 3,000 Kelvin range. And I'll put a little chart so you can see everything. You want that one to be warm, put you in a nice relaxing mood. It's almost like you're just sitting in a warm glazed donut. I don't know why I brought that up, but I really want a donut right now. But yeah, you get the point. This really sets you in the mood. This is gonna be reserved for like your bedrooms. And this is gonna be maybe like wall sconces, right? Or some floor lamps or table lamps that you could turn on and not have your base lighting on. It's gonna really set the mood in your house. It looks really beautiful. Pair that with some candles too, and you're gonna end up making a baby with whoever you're in that room with. Now the next decor mistake is having too much seating. Now, I don't know if it's just me, if it's just like kind of my pet peeve, but growing up I'm like scarred because my dad was like, I don't know why, but he had this obsession with having just a bunch of seating. Like everybody had a place to sit. Everybody had 2 places to sit when you came over. It's almost like he was planning for his whole entire lineage, his whole entire family to come at any given moment and surprise us. And for that specific moment, there's always a place to sit for everybody. But now that I'm an adult, I feel like this kind of like trauma with seating where I'm like, we don't need that much seating. Your seating should just accommodate the people that live there, plus maybe 1 or 2, in case you have people that regularly stop by your home, you know, they'll have a place to sit. Other than that, just have like sofa, 2 accent chairs, and then you got your dining table, or that could be a 4-seater or whatever. It just depends on how many people live in your home, right? But you can always bring out like foldable chairs when people do come over, and you can keep those in storage, right? They actually make some pretty stylish foldable chairs too. I'll probably link them in the description. They sell them on Amazon, but they actually look kind of like accent chairs, but they just fold and they have like rattan and stuff. I'll see if I can find them. If I can find them, I'll link them in the description. Anyways, yeah, the seating should just accommodate the people that live there, you know, nothing more, because then your space is just gonna feel overwhelming, too cluttered. You're not gonna be able to walk around. I mean, I'm talking, my dad would literally place a chair against a corner. And I'm like, who's gonna sit in that random corner by the bathroom? Like, come on. That brings me to my next tip, which is placing all your furniture against the wall. Now that sounds kind of funny because my furniture is against my wall, but it just happens to be how the cookie crumbled in my house. I know a lot of the times it's comforting to see your walls and you're like, great, that's where I'm gonna put my furniture, against my walls. And this is less of a problem with smaller spaces, because in smaller spaces, you don't really have the privilege of choosing where you're gonna put your furniture. What you wanna do, if you have a pretty grandiose space, you know, you wanna actually divide it up with your seating. Instead of having all your furniture against the wall, bring it in a bit. You know, have a more intimate setting and have a focus piece, right? So if you've got a fireplace, you can have 2 seatings be adjacent to the fireplace, or maybe it's perpendicular. I always confuse those. But anyway, you'll have a focal point where you want to anchor your seating towards. And if you don't, if you just have a bunch of walls and you don't know what to do, then that's where, you know, you can also utilize rugs to kind of divide the space in the way that you want. Last decor mistake that I'm going to mention in this video is overloading on trends or not mixing old with new. This is a big opportunity for people to really incorporate their personality into their home. Never want to get a bunch of your stuff be completely brand new. And this is why I always say, no matter your budget, classy furniture has nothing to do with your budget. The amount of money that you spend certainly doesn't fix everything in your home. And that's why I recommend to find some things that are a little bit more unique and place them with things that are new. You shouldn't have completely new and you shouldn't have completely dingy. You should have a mixture of both. And this delicate balance of the two will really make your space feel cohesive and beautiful. Now, if you made it this far in the video, I really appreciate it. Once again, please drop a like and subscribe. It would truly mean a lot to me. I'll link to some other videos on my channel in the description down below, as well as my Amazon storefront, where you can shop all of my favorite decor items that I recommend. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day.